Hey everybody, so this episode is gonna be fairly short. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the outfit of the day because I just want to get it out of the way. It's about to start raining, it's sprinkling, and I don't want to get rained on. So this is it. Shorts, hoodie. This is my shoes. Very chill outfit of the day. Yeah. I low-key look like a bum, but that's okay. Sometimes you need to be a little bummy, you know what I mean? So, let me start it off. That's my outfit of the day. Let me show you what I got. This is off the secret menu from Starbucks. And it's basically a vanilla sweet cream cold brew, but there's mocha cookie crumbles on it. And she said there was something in here that wasn't in the normal cold brew or whatever. I don't know what it is. It tastes literally like a vanilla sweet cream cold brew, just it tastes sweeter, like it's more cookie flavor. And then the cookie crumbles obviously add a little oomph to it. But if any of y'all know me, salted caramel cream cold brew is my favorite. Vanilla doesn't slap the same way caramel does for me, but I had to try this because it was on the secret menu. So yes. Oh my god, Starbucks, they just know how to you know what I mean? Alright, so I'm gonna go over a few things today. I'm gonna talk about a few things. And I did watch a few motivational speakers, and I was listening to church service online because I wasn't able to go to church on Sunday, so I watched it on Monday. And I watched Stephen Furtick. This one, it spoke to me very well because it's titled A Woman with No Friends. And right now I'm a woman with no friends. I have people that I'm friendly with, and I have someone who I consider to be a friend, but they live across the country. So, you know, I have friends, but they just don't live here. They live across the country. They have their own lives. That's what the military does to you. It takes you and rips you apart. But so loneliness, when we think about that word, people tend to think that loneliness means lack, or like lack thereof. And loneliness does not mean lack. You can be totally surrounded by people and still feel lonely. You can be totally surrounded in a season of silence. Unless you can be surrounded by people and it be completely lonely. You can be surrounded by people and it's in a moment or a season where the Lord wants us to be silent, wants us to stay quiet and reflect. You can be surrounded and feel lonely. You can be not surrounded and feel lonely. And it's not a negative thing. People always think the word loneliness with like a negative connotation, which is lack or lack thereof. And it's not. Just because you're lonely doesn't mean you have anything less or you are worth less than anybody else. It doesn't mean that you are not good enough and that's why you're lonely. It just means that in this season, the Lord wanted you to take this time for yourself, or the Lord was removing you from situations in which were not good for you, and he could see the outcome. He could see how people were speaking or treating you that you couldn't see. And it's actually a very healthy thing to do, is to take time for yourself. And loneliness is a good thing. You think that while you're lonely, you're being left behind, but you're actually being set apart. A lot of people want to act tough and act like they're this amazing person and they can do X, Y, and Z, blah, blah, blah. Sit them in a room alone by themselves without their phone, because they're going to use their phone as a distraction. Put them in a room for 30 minutes without their phone and see what they do. They start to freak out, right? Because they have surrounded themselves with so many people. They have a codependency on people, or they are not equipped to be alone by themselves, if you get what I'm saying. And I actually enjoy alone time. And when I say alone time, I'm not on my phone. I'm not Snapchatting random people and saying that I'm alone. You're not alone. You're surrounding yourself with people, and you're talking to people, and you're snapping people. Shut up. Sorry to get harsh, but honey boo boo, you're not alone if you're on your phone snapping people. You're not alone if you're texting different girls or FaceTiming different girls or different guys. You're not alone. You're still surrounding yourself. It's just on your phone. So you think that because no one's in person that you're alone. You're not. Shut up. Stop saying that you're lonely, that you're alone, because you're not. You can be lonely and be surrounded by people, but to call yourself lonely, like to say that you're alone in those moments, you're not alone. You're surrounding yourself with these people. Loneliness is a feeling. If you feel alone, that makes perfect sense. But to say that you are alone is a lie when you're surrounding yourself with people on your screen to make you feel better, to validate you. It's ego and pride that's winning in that moment. And so, sorry, I got off on a long tangent. If you can see from the social media, that last episode, you'll understand. And sometimes silence is not punishment. It's preparation. So if you think that because you're in a season of silence that no one's reaching out to you, no one's checking in on you, it's not punishment for something you did. It's preparation, because the Lord saw and heard things that you did not. The Lord did not want you in those situations. He did not want you in those rooms. He wanted you to be exactly where you were at because he knew that you were strong enough to handle it. He knows that you are made for way more and greater than what you would have achieved if you would have been in the places you were in. He took you out of those places as preparation for something greater because he knows that you are made for greater. And sometimes distance is not rejection, because we always think that, oh my God, we're breaking up, we're taking a break, oh my God, my friend is blah, 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 going across the... It's not rejection. They're not rejecting you. It's the Lord redirecting you in a different path. And so one thing that was the hardest for me all my life is when I get broken up with, because let's face it, I've never broken up with someone. I've always been the one broken up with. So when I get broken up with, I always think it's like, oh my God, the end all be all. It's not. You'll be perfectly fine. You lived without them before. You can live without them after. You're going to be slightly different because every person brings something into our life, and every person, there's something in us that is gone when that person leaves. And you can all say it's not true. It is true. Everyone has a purpose in your life. There's a reason they came and they went, or there's a reason they came and never left. Everybody has a purpose. There's a reason for everything. There's a lesson to be learned in everything. And so when you think, and I thought this way for the longest time, when you think that breaking up or taking a break or being quiet and not talking to the person that you love, if you think that it's punishment or you think that it's rejection, them rejecting you, it's not. It is the Lord saying, you are not paying attention to me. You are getting away from me. You are stepping out of the path. You're stepping out of character. You need to take this time and reflect. I'm going to redirect you in the direction that you are supposed to be on the path that I've set for you, because you have gotten way off of that path. And it is very, very healthy for us to go through this. And it's very good to go through this because we are made for greater than we think that we are. And we allow ourselves to be in situations that we're in and be around people that we're supposed to be around because we think that that's what we deserve. And we don't. We deserve way more. The Lord knows what we deserve. And it's greater than what we could ever imagine for ourselves. And so we often think that if someone is alone, that something must be wrong with them. Oh, she's alone. She hasn't had a boyfriend in 5 years. Something's wrong with her. No, it's because her standards are higher. She sees more for herself than the people in today's day and age. And let me get on to a little tangent real quick, because this one, I'll probably make a whole episode on this one, because this one just kind of irks me to my core. Nowadays, people think that if you have standards that you're like attacking people, or you're saying that this person or the way this person lives their life is wrong. No, you live your life how you want to live your life. I don't want you to judge how I live my life, so I'm not going to judge how you live your life, but I'm not going to allow that into my life. I'm going to have standards for my friends that are completely different than the standards I have for my boyfriend, my spouse, my husband. My husband, no, you're not going to the club. No, you're not going with your friends on a little trip to Miami. For what? For what? Everything you need is right here. So why are you going to Miami for? Why can't I go to Miami? Exactly. So when you have standards, your standards are set to such a high degree that when the right person comes along, they're going to match every single one of those. And we always want to say that, everyone loves to say this. Everyone has told me this my entire life, that I have these standards set that I want for a guy. And first of all, every dude I've ever dated has not matched these standards. I have been lenient, and I have been like, he gets about 80% of this, and I can see that he has the potential to get the 100%. I can see that he has the potential to become better. We tend to fall in love with like someone's potential rather than fall in love with the person themselves. And we see the things that they're doing, and we see the actions and the choices they're choosing to do, and the things that they say, and the people they surround themselves with, and we excuse it. We need to stop doing that, because that is signs from the Lord. That is signs that he's trying to get us to see. And then you know how people get their heart broken and things become toxic and all this crap? It's because you are an idiot. You were not listening to the Lord. You weren't taking these signs for what they were. And so the Lord had to keep putting stuff in your face. He had to keep showing you and showing you. He had to hurt you for you to see what was right in front of your face the whole time. I have been a victim to it. Every relationship, because I fall in love with someone's potential. I fall in love with the person that they are to their core, but they put on this fake facade because they try to be accepted and loved by the entire world. And that's what sucks, is every guy that I have fallen for, or that I have allowed myself to love, has been someone who I know is an amazing man. Well, can be an amazing man. They're still a boy, but can be an amazing man. And I gave them, like, I helped build them for the next. And it's really, really, really sad, because I pour my all into it and they just don't care. They use it to get to the next. They use it to get where they want to go. And the Lord is telling me, and has told me many times, girl, you gotta stop. Like, they don't love you. They don't care about you. The way that you view them, they don't view you the same. They view you as something they can use and throw away to get them to where they want to go. And it's really, really sad to sit and self-reflect and be like, I have never actually properly been loved for me. I've never been loved. And to know that you're just being used your whole life, it sucks. But at the same time, I'm so happy that I have realized that now, because now my standards, I'm not breaking them. I'm not bending them for nobody. No. If you're meant for me, you will match my standards. If you're meant for me, you will treat me the way that I deserve. And I'm not going to bend it for anybody. I do not care. I'm not bending myself to fit into this box that you want me to fit in. Hell the fuck no. No. Get the fuck on. Get on. I'm gonna put myself in the box that I'm supposed to fit in. And if my box doesn't look like your box, that fucking sucks. Get out my face. Get out my face. I know what I want. I know what I don't want. I'm not going to be treated a certain way. I'm not going to let you use other people to hurt me and say that you still love me. Get out my face, boy. Get out my face. Grow up. Spend some time with the Lord. Reflect on yourself and become a better man. And then we can talk. But I'm still not going to bend myself. No. Because once you talk to the Lord, you're going to realize what you should have been doing all along. And I need to stop cussing. So if I cuss, I want y'all to drop in the comments how many times I say a cuss word, and that's how many push-ups I'm gonna do. No, I'm gonna double it. No, no, I'm not gonna double it. I'm gonna do the amount of push-ups with the amount of words I said. If it's a low number, I might double it. If it's double digits, probably not. But so in today's day and age, people see, sorry, that was funny. I need to take a sip because I'm doing too much. So good. But in today's day and age, people equate being by yourself to being unwanted or unloved or unworthy. And it's not, because loneliness and worthiness are not the same thing. Not at all. You can be unwanted and be in a room surrounded by people you think are your friends, but they don't really want you. They don't care that you're there. They're using you to get somewhere. You can be unloved in a room surrounded by your friends or your family, and they don't love you. They just love what you can do for them. They love the things that you give them. It's a give and a take, and all they want to do is take. They don't care. They're not going to give you anything. And you can feel or be unworthy of something, which no one is unworthy of anything, because everything is in our head. If you think that you can't do something, if you think that you're not worthy of it, you are. And that's the Lord telling you. That's the devil coming in and trying to make you feel less than. That's the devil coming in and trying to be like, no, you're never going to get anywhere in life. You need to listen to me. You need to follow my path for you, which is sin and lust and greed and all these 7 deadly sins, right? The Lord knows that you are worthy. We are all worthy. We are all capable of achieving more, getting more, becoming better. We are all worthy. So when you think that you're unworthy, that's the devil coming in. You need to push that out. You think that you can't run that 3 miles? Yes, you can, girl. Get your ass up. See? Yes, you can, girl. Get your booty up. Get out that door. Go run that 3 miles. And it's gonna suck. It's gonna be brutal. But afterwards, you're gonna be like, oh my God, I can do it. You're gonna be like, holy crap, I can do it. I've been psyching myself out this whole time. Because I used to hate running. I used to think it was pointless and it was stupid. Girl, it's not. Let me tell you. I can breathe a lot better, but also my booty be looking good. Just saying. And you know that little cellulite? What is it? Cellulite? Whatever it is. It's getting fixed and it's not looking as bad as it did before. And I just look a little bit better. And my core is getting a little bit stronger by doing that. I also do abs, but my core is getting stronger. So you think that you can't do something. It's all in your head. Oh, sorry. There's a bug on the thing. You think that you can't do something and it's all in your head. So people today equating being by yourself with being unwanted, unloved, and unworthy, it's because the devil has won. The devil has taken over their mind and they've won. These are probably the same people who have to be the center of attention, who have to be at every party. They have to be talked about. They have to conform to the way that the world wants them to conform, and they probably have no true self-identity. They probably don't even know who they are or what they want to be. They're probably living out someone else's dream, or they're probably living out what someone else has told them to do. They probably have no idea. They probably think that they're making decisions on their lives, but they're not. And loneliness, it's a feeling. It's real, it's raw, it's painful, but it is not a reflection of your value. It's not. You need to get that out of your head, that loneliness means that you are worth less or you're valued less. Your value has nothing to do with the fact that you're alone. It has nothing to do with the fact that there's people around you. That's what is so sad in today's day and age, is everyone wants to be liked. Everyone wants to be followed. Everyone wants to be have all of these people around them. That doesn't mean that your value is greater than someone else's. No. Heck no. Get it out your head. You can have 50 friends. You could have 2. How much do you bet that the one person with 2 friends probably has a greater friendship and a greater bond? How much you want to bet? Yeah, because you know for a fact, quality is better than quantity. And everybody knows this, but no one wants to accept it because you're trying to conform to the world instead of the word. Don't live by the world, live by the word. Sorry, not really. But today, popularity equals value. Today, visibility equals validation. And today, being surrounded means being successful. That don't make no sense, right? But that's the truth. That's what it falls out. That's what it breaks down to be in today's day and age. The amount of people that I have seen that I work with currently in this adult job. I don't know why I keep doing that. I think it's because this is an adult job, but it's because my supervisor said this is an adult job to act like one. Get out my face, boy. Get out my face. But it's insane because God doesn't measure worth the way the world does. He just doesn't. And if you've ever picked up the Bible, you'll see that. You'll see it over and over and over again. God does not measure worth by being popular or being surrounded or having all eyes on you. He doesn't. Some of the most significant movements and moments in scripture began in isolation. They did. Moses spent years in the wilderness before he ever stood in front of the Pharaoh. He spent years in the wilderness alone in isolation before he ever stood in front of the Pharaoh. Also, I don't know if it's Pharaoh or Pharaoh, but I like Pharaoh. It might be Pharaoh. Someone correct me, please, because I need to know this. But David was left in the fields while his brothers were chosen first. David was left in the fields and watched his brothers get chosen before him. He sat there and watched everyone else get picked over him. Imagine how isolating that moment felt. Imagine. And he withstood it. And he became great. Jesus, the Son of God, spent 40 days in the wilderness alone before he ever performed his first miracle. Jesus, the Son of God, was in isolation, alone, before he ever performed his first miracle. And if you feel alone, remember that you're in good company. And so, being alone and being isolated from other people, it's not negative. The world puts a negative connotation on it because they want everyone to be seen. And it's not. It's actually very, very healthy for you. It's very good. And you'll see that self-isolation, that loneliness that they were in was just for a season. And it was a redirection from the Lord because he knew they were made for greater. And what did they do? They proved him correct and they became greater. And they helped so many. They did such good things because they took that time to reflect, to become better, and to redirect. Thanks to the Lord. And so in the quiet and the stillness, use this as a time to reflect, to learn, to grow, get back to who you are, and spend this time getting closer to the Lord. You might feel like no one notices you, or they don't notice when you show up. They don't notice when you leave. As if no one sees you at all. You feel like you were just walking through life and no one notices you. No one cares. You feel like if you were to disappear, no one would even notice. No one would care. But heaven notices. Heaven cares. The Lord notices. The Lord cares. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, that is all that matters. And just remember that loneliness and isolation, it's not negative. It has nothing to do with your worth. You are lovable. You are loved, first of all, by the Lord above. He loves you. And stop letting yourself think. Stop letting the world decide how you feel. Stop following the world and follow the word. Stop living the way that the world expects you to live. Stop allowing the world to let you think that you are unworthy, you are unloved, you are incapable of anything, because it's the complete opposite. It's the world trying to keep you down so that they can keep using you. Don't allow them to. You know that you're made for greater. You know that you are better than what the world is trying to tell you that you are. You know that you are worthy of anything. And you know that the Lord loves you. So block out all the noise. Take the time, reflect, learn, grow, become better. It's okay to be alone. It's healthy to be alone. You should be able to be alone with yourself for 30 minutes without freaking out. You should. And if you can't, there's something wrong and you need to actually learn to be alone and figure it out. Because you can't grow, you can't become better if you can't be alone with yourself for 30 minutes. Without your phone, remember that. Your phone is a distraction. Without your phone, can you sit with yourself for 30 minutes and actually reflect and realize the things that you are doing wrong, that you know are wrong, but you're allowing the world to let you think that it's right? Take that time to reflect. If you can't do 30 minutes in one sitting, do 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, then build it. Go up to 20 minutes here, then build it, 30 minutes. Every day, you should be able to be alone by yourself for at least 15 to 30 minutes every day. That's your time to reflect. That's your time to speak with the Lord. That's your time. That's your time for yourself. Don't let all these distractions come in. That's your time. So, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I enjoyed making it. I think this is going to help a lot of people. It helped me. And if you have anything that you want to add or that you think I could have said or done differently, please comment down below and let me know what you think. Yep. Thanks.